Cameras, no lights. You know, would you believe it's only now sometime gone 5-ish? They don't see without sunlight-ish. So, you know, without good clear light, this is what you get. Doesn't matter how expensive your camera is, GH5 by the way, it doesn't matter how good your camera is, if you ain't got light, you don't make videos. Although the sky looks rather nice, yeah? I could actually in fairness push this higher, so you could see a bit better in the dark, but actually should we do that? I didn't really want to, but you know, realistically, what you do is you learn how to light things. So look, 200. Oh god. Let's go up to. Oh, there you go. Gonna start getting noisy now. There you go. 6,400. Way higher than you should realistically take it, but high. And microphones on top of the camera, all that kind of stuff. Learn how to light things. I'm a stress head. I feed off of stress. We're what, 4 days into the year? And I was like, I told everyone nothing's gonna change. Like, you know, when the clock strikes midnight, it's not like, you know, is it Cinderella? Where, you know, the carriage and pumpkins and then all that kind of stuff, and she becomes a poor girl again or whatever. Like, things don't change. This isn't a fairy tale. It just rolls over and the problems go before, keep on going. And that's the groove. That's been the groove for me now. The iPhone video from yesterday, that took forever. It would not connect to my laptop to transfer the footage. So I started to get a bit stressed because I wanted the video up before the midnights. And that sound in the head goes, there's always goddamn something. It does connect to the computer, and then you go into your images file, it's the DCIM file on your phone or whatever, and you go in there. There's the thing. It looked like some of the videos were missing though, so whether it paused or whatever, I don't know. But rather than making separate files, but then as soon as you try to copy over a large file. File Explorer in Windows 10 would just die. It would just fail and go, yeah, you're not copying that. I was like, okay, cool. So then I had to edit it in iMovie on the phone, which annoyed me to no end. So I spend over half an hour faffing around with the phone, editing in a phone. Editing, and by editing I mean like jump cutting. And then I go to export it. And it's like, yeah, well, right, if we want to get this done in any kind of reasonable amount of time, I'm going to have to drop the frame rate. We recorded it in 4K 60, let's drop it down to 4K 30. Hit the export button, chugging along, failed. Hit export again, chugging along, failed. Okay. Oh, it's trying to render out with all the HDR profiles that apparently the iPhone shoots with automatically. Gravy. Turn those off. Set it to 30 FPS. Render. Great. Then the upload. What? You know when people go onto YouTube and stuff to find solutions to problems. I'm going to post a problem. So iPhones have always been terrible at multitasking, right? But you go to the old YouTubes or your uploady place once you've rendered out your video, right? And you select the video and it says, yeah mate, we're processing and uploading. Gravy. But then you put the phone down, just put it down, or plug it into charge, or whatever it is that you choose to do, throw it in the bin, put it in the dishwasher, whatever, bury it, and then it goes to sleep. But when it goes to sleep, it stops uploading. Is there a way you can stop it from doing that? I don't remember Android doing that. Well, there must be a setting or something. It's one of the multitasking things. Like, iPhones don't multitask because they only have a rinky-dink amount of RAM in them. That's one of the reasons why Android has so much RAM, because of all the multitasking it does. So there just must be a way, because every time the phone goes to sleep, it didn't necessarily pause, but it just kind of dropped doing the uploading thing. I don't know if maybe that's because it shuts down Wi-Fi or whatever, or kind of it pings Wi-Fi every now and then, so I'll wake it up, do the thing, check for Wi-Fi, continue, like check for notifications, whatever. But it just, the upload would stop and stop and stop and stop and stop. So I have to wake up the phone, look at it, you know, open up the old YouTube and refresh the app. It would go, okay, now we're uploading and stuff. And then I'd like kind of leave it, put it on the table again, and then it would go to sleep again. But I didn't want to leave the phone like awake all the time, because it would spank the battery. So that was what I had to do in the end. I ended up getting up at like 6 o'clock this morning, looking at it, going, it's still at 22%. I left it at like 20 when I went to sleep. What do I do? So I just put a video on the phone on YouTube, so I'd leave the app open, so it would upload. I think I put on like an hour-long My Life in Gaming documentary or something, just so it would keep, because when videos are played in full screen or whatever, it keeps the phone awake, just so it would keep the phone awake, keep the Wi-Fi connected, and upload the damn file. But I don't like, because iPhones and Androids and that, they kind of keep tabs on how long you've used the phones and for what. And so now it's like, oh yeah, you've been using it for like 1 billion hours for entertainment. I haven't. I've just had to work around some really wobbly issue I was having by leaving YouTube open. I would have loved to have sat there and watched an hour's worth of YouTube, but I didn't. How damned annoying. Look. We have light. Oh. So, you know, just so stressed, so stressed. Let's run on to the pep talk with the kids. Bless their little spud hearts. I can't find badges for my camera. So I'm walking around a neighbourhood now with a camera in my hand, so I look like a complete psychopath already. I look like I'm going to mug someone, kind of. I mean, I've definitely got the groove for, I don't know, a serial killer or something. People tell me I do. I looked like a tramp before, now I look like I'm going to murder you. Well, I might have done before, but you can never be too sure. So I'm walking around with this little camera, a bit more expensive than the average tramp walks around with a stonking great wire hanging out the bottom of it, just so I can use it. So that's frustrating. And then I decided I was going to do a live stream. I live stream on the regular. Live streaming stuff, and that is a fun way to chat with people and actually sit down and have a laugh, right? My tiny humans desperately want me to be successful. They want to be supportive. They are really supportive. They keep sharing all of the junk that I make with everyone, right? So they just got their iPads, and now they're like, they found my YouTube channel, and they're now sharing all of my fluff. Just all these jank videos will be shared with people, and I love them, bless them, but they want me to be successful in areas that I don't really care about. I want to be successful for them, you know what I mean? Like, they want me to be something, and I want to be something for them. I was like, oh lads, please, and don't, you don't have to share junk like this with people. No one wants to watch this. I don't even want to watch this. And I ended up getting really frustrated because I live in a small house, crowded with people, and I work from home. And it's really hard to do anything audio and video wise, like editing and all that kind of stuff, if there's loads of noise in the house, or if people interrupt all the time. And negative reinforcement, which is something that I talk about a lot, especially if you know me, like what I mentioned in the New Year's video about the, the hand on the hob thing. If you think you're going to get interrupted, you stop, right? Like imagine you're in a groove of a good book, and people keep interrupting you, so you just stop eventually, because you assume that the pattern dictates that the next time you pick up the book and you're getting into the groove, someone's going to come and stop you. Or imagine you're a brain surgeon. Sometimes there are things you just can't stop. Once you start, you want to be able to sit down or be there and get in the groove and get it done. Brain surgery, as I say. The brain surgeon can't exactly start a surgery and have someone go, "Oi, mate, could you come make me a cuppa?" Or whatever. Or like some other random thing. Have you filled in your tax paperwork? Because, Govey's here to kick down your door and they're going to drag you away, kind of thing. You have to, once you start it, you have to get in there and get it done. Otherwise, well, you lose the groove. Things don't go right. Some things just can't be stopped. Otherwise, they just don't work. Imagine being on a film set and then all of a sudden, I don't know, the lead actor decides he's going to set fire to the camera, and then you have to stop for the rest of the day. Or, I don't know, you've gone to a gig. That's a good one, right? Imagine you've gone to a gig, and all of a sudden, the bassist and, I don't know, the drummer or the bassist and the lead guitarist decide they're going to waltz off stage for half an hour to an hour. All of a sudden, that just completely ruins the groove. You know what I mean? And that's kind of been my thing, trying to get stuff done. But my boys, bless them, they're like, "But Dad, we want you to do what you want to do. We want you to do well. We want you to succeed." And bless the lads. I saw one of the messages they sent. They showed it to me as I was setting up part of their iPads today. I said, "Yeah, could you like check all this stuff out? Because I'm just linking it to you because I love my dad." And I choked up like a whiny little bitch. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Lads, what do you guys do? But I suck." So I'm having to take my own advice. Don't stress out. Keep trying. Keep moving forwards. I'm having to get pep talks from kids who ain't even teens yet. Because I guarantee you, when they get to their teenage years, I'll be, piss off, Dad. You know what? Let's do this back home. Hello! Welcome back. We made it. We survived. Time has passed, though. Train of thought is gone. But I have had time to rethink how I was going to say what I was going to say. Right? My baby boys, bless them, they want me to be successful in things that they want to do, that they want to be successful in. They think it's cool. They want me to be a live streamer or a YouTuber, and for me, they're just fun, derpy things to do. And you know what? If I could be for them, like if I could be the cool dad for them, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Because nothing's cooler to me than seeing my two boys like, "Yeah, Dad!" Because they choke me up. Something chronic. But so this here is my workspace, okay? This is literally it. I don't have an office. I don't have anything particularly, room-wise. There's a wall, right? Open room. This is my living room, so that the TV's there, so if anyone wants to come in and watch the TV, my desk is here, the sofa is here, and there's a through corridor. You have to get to anything of use in this house, you have to come through here. Okay, so even if I'm working, So, like I said, I work from home, right? I do all of my stuff from home, or at least the kind of nitty-gritty stuff is done from home. It's very hard for people to kind of go, yeah, but you're here. It's not like a 9 to 5 where you leave the house. You know what I mean? If anyone else has like worked from home or over the last couple of years because of Zerona, if you've had to work from home and you've not had to do that before, you'll notice that the kind of your family don't kind of have that connection that you're at work. You're like sat there and you could be on your computer, on your laptop, or on the phone, but to them you're there, which means you're available, right? And you don't want to be rude or nasty. You sound like, just, oh, go away, leave me alone, you know. So you tend to the work home thing doesn't always mesh properly. You know, there's no separation anymore, and I've been working from home for forever. Really, like nothing has changed for me over the last few years. But because of where I am situated and the way that things generally work, I don't tend to plan to do, like, for things for myself, I won't do anything overly complicated. Like, if it's going to take me more than an hour to do the whole thing, then I won't do it. I tend to super simplify absolutely everything. Like this vlog, I could make it look really pretty. I could light things properly. I could set up lights. I could set up a proper microphone. I will eventually get back to using a proper microphone. I've got one on the floor. Got to repair the shock mount on it. That kind of stuff. I could go through and do lovely B-roll shots. There are some examples of B-rolly vlogs. I'm not a huge fan of B-rolly vlogs, but you know, I can tart these up to look like a proper thing, right? Bit of music, nice shots, transitional material, that kind of stuff. But that takes time to edit, and it might not take a huge amount of time to edit, but I'm pretty anal with that kind of stuff, and it can take a while. And as I say, if it takes anything over a certain period, it doesn't get done, because it's like, if people start to interrupt me once I start, that's it. It's, you know, I'm pretty much done at that point. Start to get kind of demotivated. I just kind of like, oh god, here we go again. Like, how I got, because there's so many other things I'd like to do. I'd like to be able to listen to some music, read a book, you know, maybe sit down and watch a TV show. Sometimes it would take, no word of a lie, if I'm going to watch like a 15-minute YouTube video, sometimes that could take hours to just get through that video. Not rewinding it and starting again, but like for like 5 minutes, just go do something else, and then go do something else. It could take quite some time. Watching a film is nigh on impossible without interruption in my house. And you know what? When I have time, when I have free time and nothing happens, that's usually when I'm not doing anything. So that's when I'm like, or if I have free time, I don't know what to do with myself. Like, I don't know what to do, because I'm so used to not doing. So that's my two boys trying to give me a pep talk. I mean, my eldest boy come in and give me a hug, and my youngest son was like, hey, you know, Dad, you know, sorry for interrupting, but you know, he had a look at request. I think he was installing like Counter-Strike or something on his laptop. And I was like, Dad, can I install Counter-Strike? I was like, yeah, sure, dude. Like, not a problem. Like, I was like, guys, don't worry, we can still stop. And they're like, yeah, but we want you to proper give it a go. We want you to have fun today, Dad. And I was like, and I just felt like really like, oh, mate. So you know, this is just going on to that whole stress head thing. I'm just not used to doing. I'm not used to having me time. I'm so used to, like, I'm about to sit down and do something, phone rings. I'm about to sit down and do something, knock on the door. I'm about to sit down and do something. I don't know, like just something happens, you know, someone needs something, someone wants something, and I would rather not do than disappoint. That maybe makes a bit more sense. I said how I want to be a bit more selfish this year, but I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it because I feel miserable if I don't do for other people. And then people say, oh, but you're probably, like, you look all depressed and upset, and now we have to tiptoe around you and stuff. And it's like, no, you don't. I just. So I want to show I'm thankful, but I don't know. Oh man, it's just weird. I say I was just so sweet of the little buggers. I reckon if right, it's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. It's not my aim. It's not my goal. But you know what? It would make their days if I was a famous live streamer. They have live streamers they watch that they like, and YouTubers they watch and like, and I think they kind of wish that because I've been dicking around with video and audio and all that kind of stuff for years, and live streaming since, you know, early 2000s and that, I think they kind of wish that we were there, we were doing that. But I don't think I have the groove for it. I don't think I have the charisma for it. No one wants to watch my stuff. And then that fear comes in of, even if I gave it my best shot, what if it doesn't work? I'd love to be able to just to do what they... I would love to be able to live up to the image that they have of me. That would be fantastic. I think that's kind of the groove of this one. They were so sweet today, and loads of stuff has gone wrong. By the way, just going back to that iPhone video, this is closer to what the iPhone video should have looked like. This is not the iPhone, but it seemed like iMovie glitched, and I turned off the HDR stuff, and it seems to have re-encoded it in HDR with the HDR parameters, but without actually giving putting the HDR like metadata, the flag in the file. So whatever is reading it in as a standard def file, but it isn't. There's more information there that it's just clipping top and bottom. So use this as more of an example of what that was, although admittedly this is a camera set in manual with stuff. Yeah. Have you guys ever had that? Like, how do you guys feel? Like, if any of you have children, like, how do you feel when the little ones kind of pick you up? Because man, I'm so sweet. They are such wonderful little lads. I talk shit about them all the time, I ain't gonna lie. Look, I troll my two boys all the time, but they're great. They're absolutely brilliant. And I just want them to do everything that I couldn't. I want them to be everything that I can't be. Within reason, like what they want to be. You know, if they want to be successful at insert thing here, I want them to be able to do that. I want them to have the opportunity to do that. Bless them. Good kids. If they want to make games, I want to teach them how to make games. If they want to play music, I want to teach them how to play music. I'll even learn stuff again from scratch. I'll learn things just so I can sit there with them whilst they're doing this. And yet they almost want me to be like a celebrity, like what they watch. I think that's just really damn sweet, and I'm sorry if you are on one of my boys' contact lists and you've had to watch some of my shite. One day I'll step up the game, step up to the plate, but don't bet on it being anytime soon. I've done one or two nice things. Negative reinforcement dictates that I'll never have the time to create as much polished stuff as I want to. Okay, right, I'm rabbiting on far too long. I've got to stitch this together in an incredibly terrible, quickly done way, because it is quite late and I've got some bits to do and I've got to take the dog out and magic. So, hope you guys are well. Looks like we're doing daily vlogs again, eh? I'll see you all with a bit of luck in the next one.